What's going on, everybody? Silverback World. I wanted to weigh in on a video that I seen on YouTube by Jason Blaha. He has a series called How to Catch a Fake Natty. And I think it's a real good thing to do, a real good series to enlighten, the ignorant youth or the ignorant people on YouTube or anywhere who, believe that a lot of these guys that they follow or admire on YouTube are, drug free, or they don't take juice or steroids, or they don't take performance enhancing drugs. Because I was once one of those ignorant people. I believed that all guys had to do was work out, do these little dumb workouts, follow this macro stuff, and you're going to look like the people that you look up to or you admire in the fitness world, which is not true. And I would say I like the series that he does. 99% of the people that he called out is true. You can clearly tell that these guys are on drugs by that, not by the way they look, but by their habits, by the way they eat, by the way they train. And that's just two red flags right there. So you can clearly see that these guys that he calls out are on performance enhancing drugs. Look, he made a recent video about a guy named Greg who has a page called, a site called Kinobody. He calls himself Kinobody, or that's his training system or whatever. It's called Kinobody. And I totally think Jason Blaha stepped out of his boundaries with this one right here. I believe he's 150% wrong on this one right here. And I think he's wrong clearly because he doesn't understand. This dude, Kinobody, is one of the few people that I've seen on YouTube, by the way he speaks, what he says, and the way he trains, that he is clearly not on juice or performance enhancing drugs. Not by the way he looks, by what he says and by what he does and by the way he trains. And I feel like Jason Blaha just clearly stepped out of his boundaries trying to diagnose this one. And I think he did that because I think that Jason Blaha only understands steroids. He's a steroid expert. He knows how to call out juice, steroids. He knows how to diagnose somebody who is using juice. He knows he's an expert on steroids. But I can tell that Jason Blaha does not know anything about how to do anything naturally. So if somebody is doing something naturally, or somebody did get some results naturally without performance enhancing drugs at all, he will never understand it. He has never done anything with himself naturally, as you can see. He showed pictures in the past of himself when he was on the juice, I guess heavy juice, and he didn't look good at all. And now he's still taking things, and if that's what juice did for him, I think that's pretty hard, but it's pretty bad. He still doesn't look, his physique doesn't look like you need juice at all to get like that. He actually doesn't. I thought that he wasn't on juice until I seen one day when he said that he was taking some things, because he clearly doesn't look like he takes juice. And the thing I would say to Jason Blaha is, this dude, Greg, this dude Kinobody or whatever, he stresses intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is something that you do as a lifestyle. It's for longevity. It's on a cellular level. It's hormonal. Okay, this is a way to boost your body's natural human growth hormone levels. Jason Blaha, you said that you tried fasting before and it didn't work, so you stopped. How could fasting not work? Fasting has to work. Fasting always works. Maybe you didn't get the results that you wanted to from fasting because maybe you didn't lift properly. When you fast, you have to lift. My arm getting tired, man. Okay, so when you fast, you have to lift heavy. You have to lift properly. So you have to put in at least heavy weight workouts. You have to push it and lift heavy weight workouts. You cannot get on intermittent fasting and not train. One thing I noticed, if you watch Kinobody train, he trains heavy. He's like 170 pounds and lifts extremely heavy, actually heavier than most of the guys on YouTube who are on juice, and much heavier than you, Jason Blaha, much heavier. I mean, this is what you have to do if you want to do intermittent fasting for it to work and to look like that. He fasts every day and he lifts extremely heavy and he rests. Okay, that's key. These are clear signs that this dude does not juice. His body works totally different than yours. His human growth hormone, his natural HGH levels are boosted much higher than yours or everybody else. So what I suggest you do, you should try it one time. Why don't you try fasting? Try it for 3 months. Pay him $150, like you said you probably thought was a ripoff to pay a trainer $150. Pay him $150. Lift with him. Lift with him. Use his fasting program. Fast with him. Do it for 3 months. And I guarantee you'll get better results than you do right now from the stuff that you're taking. You'll be leaner, and you'll actually look better, and you'll be bigger. So why don't you try it out? It's just my thing. I think you're wrong on this one right here, Jason Blaha. The stuff you usually do, I like it. I would say you almost always on point. But this one right here, I think you kind of out of step your boundaries because you don't know or understand what it takes to get good results without juice or without all these supplements. And this right here is one of the few people who's doing it. Try it out. I think you should do it. And I think you're just totally wrong on this one. All right, easy, silverback.